It's an old topic, that is photography art or not. So you may have your own thoughts, opinions, but as I'm making this video, I'm gonna present my own thoughts first and then I'll listen to you guys in the comments. Okay? So when I was starting photography, I thought, okay, so as I'm serious about it, so let's learn it from a good college. And I opened up the website of the College of Fine Arts for admission. I looked for a while, but I couldn't find any details on photography. Later I realized there was classes of music, painting, but not photography. And to be honest, that was the first time this question came to my mind, that is photography art or not? And if it's art, why it's not in the art college? And after all these years, I was going through a paper yesterday, published back in 2018, and I noticed a quote of Jonathan Jones, who is a very well-known British art critic. And the quote goes something like this: "Photography is not an art, it's an technology. My iPad can take better panoramic views that are gorgeous to look at. Does that make me an artist? No, it just makes my tablet one hell of a device." The same old question struck my mind again, but now I have some thoughts about it, and that's why I'm making this video basically. Okay, so if we are going to talk about something, we need to start from the roots. So sit back, relax, cause this is going to be a hell of a journey. So, photography was invented by a man named Joseph Nips in 1860. The oldest photograph in existence looks like this. Yeah, it doesn't look like much, but updated and restored, it looks like this. It was a view from Joseph's window. But before Joseph, back in the time of Renaissance, people were using a device called camera obscura to sketch reality. Light would travel through a lens and get projected into a dark box. This wouldn't let the image be captured, so artists had to sketch over the image if they wanted to preserve it. Now, Joseph has invented something that would preserve life as it was seen then. Later, William Henry Fox Talbot led to what became the way we develop analog film today. Now, as there's a way invented to preserve life as it is, the rich immediately drawn to the concept and wanted to have pictures of themselves taken. That was really the first use of photography, a way to capture real image of a person. Then, in 1864, the man who made photography art was born. His name was Alfred Stills. With all his knowledge in hand, Alfred in 1890 goes back to the US. By the point, Alfred was convinced that photography should be considered as fine art. In 1910, Alfred got a gallery at the Albright Gallery, or as it's now known as Albright Knox Gallery of Buffalo, New York. From the point on, all photographers were loved and placed in the same high regards as Renaissance painters. Happy ending? No. In fact, photography is still not really perceived to be as artistic. Obviously, in the more artsy circle, it's considered as an art, but there's still a feeling of that's easy when it comes to photography. I think that's because photography is used so readily that people tend not to think it as something that is made, but as documentation of a person. And I think the same problem we are facing right now, even more so. Think about that. Almost everybody has a phone in their pocket with a good working camera in it. This allows us to take pictures of our daily lives. It has become a normal thing to do. We share 2 billion pictures on Facebook every day. WhatsApp processes over 900 million pictures shared between users every day. You could say photography has become our second nature. The effect of this is that photography as an art form demands an explanation. So, what makes photography art? For this answer, we need to go all the way back to the definition of art itself. Even Merriam-Webster defines art as something that is created with imagination and skill, and that is beautiful or that expresses important ideas or feelings. Leo Tolstoy wrote a whole book called What is Art? Now, I get it. I understand both sides of this debate. But think of it like this. Your aunt posts several photos of her cats every day. And there is someone who works on every picture for several days and weeks. And you still need an explanation for what makes them different? See, photography is a language which uses visual elements. Therefore, just as any language, it can be used for artistic purposes, just like English, which is perfectly appropriate for writing a rental contract with your landlord, for writing a letter to your loved ones, and equally good for creating the most beautiful poetry and other literary works. And similarly, photography serves its dual purpose without any contradiction. What distinguishes a true artist is his or her having something important to say and striving to deliver this message to the world. It is the human ability to interpret any piece of information in a variety of ways that gives an artist the freedom from being literal. Good photographers do it exceptionally well. Their work is always open for interpretation. It asks questions rather than gives answers. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, if you have any, or if you want to tell or share your thoughts. The comment section is open.